Viral in a wink. Tape of Sussexes forcing flight to delay 20 minutes after brazen sneak over jet scandal. After facing heavy criticism for traveling around in private jets, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were seen sneaking into a commercial airliner while flying back home to Los Angeles following their recent tour of New York. According to a report, the couple snuck into the last two seats at the front of an airliner for a 5-hour flight from New York to Los Angeles. A picture shared by a fellow passenger on social media appeared to show Harry in a suit and face mask deboarding the plane after it landed in LA. Okay, this might sound unbelievable and I couldn't get a good picture and I get sick. You can say this could literally be anyone, but Prince Harry and Meghan were on our flight to LA last night. The passenger claimed, adding that the flight was delayed for the couple. We were held up for about 20 minutes from our departure time and they were snuck into the last two seats. We didn't even know until a girl waiting to get off the plane next to us pointed them out. I couldn't get my phone out fast enough but it was them, the Post further read. The passenger noted that the financially independent British royals were quickly whisked away to their seats, leaving other passengers in shock at being so close and breathing the same air as our beloved royals. The couple, who spent 3 days in New York to mark Veterans Day this month, were slammed as hypocrites by royal experts and critics for talking about climate change while repeatedly using private jets for their travels. A flight on a private jet from New York to California is estimated to produce 17 tons of carbon negation emissions. Their recent trip in a commercial airline comes weeks after they pledged that their foundation Archie would go carbon neutral by 2030. A mission statement on their Archie Foundation website stated that the Duke and the Duchess of Sussex have actively made choices to offset and balance their carbon footprint, but that nearly every activity in daily life results in the release of carbon into the atmosphere. Meanwhile, Meghan Markle could be prevented from running for US president as a result of her royal title. A 211-year-old constitutional amendment, which was introduced in order to stop Napoleon's nephew from ever seeking power, could be used to halt any political ambitions that may be held by the Duchess. The 1810 tweak to the Constitution is called the Titles of Nobility Amendment and states that anyone who accepts, claims, receives or retains a title of nobility bestowed by a foreign power may not hold federal office. While the amendment was sent out to the individual state legislatures, only 12 of the required 14 state legislatures voted in favor of it. However, the amendment was never thrown out and has remained on the table for more than 2 centuries. Speaking to The Telegraph, constitutional experts said that the previous 12 votes are likely to still count, meaning that only 26 further states' approval would be needed for the amendment to pass. The introduction of the amendment followed the marriage of Napoleon Bonaparte's younger brother Jerome to American socialite Elizabeth Betsy Patterson. This caused speculation that their son might run for office and that the US would be subsumed into the French Empire. Meanwhile, US constitutional expert Mark Tushnet said that keeping her titles could be politically damaging for the Duchess, should she decide to run for office. The Harvard professor said, as a practical matter, though, she'd have to renounce her titles to run. Politically it would be quite damaging, I think, for her to retain the titles. Opponents will seize on anything, and this will be a hook to say, well, she's not really a true American. This comes amid increasing speculation about whether or not the 40-year-old royal may run for US office in the future, after she penned an overtly political letter to Congress, lobbying them for paid leave. Letter to Congress.